let's talk about one more controversial thing that I don't think is very controversial, but a lot of these idiots online are talking about how Myles Garrett's not getting any sacks his last few games. And again, Sunday, no sacks yet again. And I went in and looked at the pressure statistics. He had a 43.3% pass rush win rate this week. No sacks, but almost 50% win rate on his pass rush. That was by far the most in the NFL this week by any edge rusher. The next best was 34.8. I mean, he's blowing guys out of the water. He had 8 pressures. That was second in the entire league. I mean,
and he went up against an all-pro in Tunsil.
Yeah.
We got the message from Nick, too, that he's 26 pressures the last 3 weeks, first in the league.
I'd like to see him get home on some of these, for sure. But if you don't think Myles Garrett's impacting the game, go ask the other team's offensive coordinator who they're scheming around.
Right. Who got home a couple times in this one instead?
Zadarius.
And he's another guy. People are like, well, he's not getting any sacks this year. Well, here you go. Now you're starting to see the impact of these other guys getting to the quarterback.
I also think it's no coincidence that he hasn't had a sack since his arm got busted up.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he has great range of motion and stuff like that to, like, if he's within arm's reach and be able to reach out and grab him with one arm. I don't think he's doing that anymore.
Well, and we've also detailed how he's getting tackled, not just held, but tackled.
And I know, like, again, all these guys are dealing with it, but I don't think Myles has had a holding call called in his favor, like, in 3 weeks.
I don't think so.
Like, were any of these ones in this game in his, like, where he was the one being held? I don't think so. I don't think he's had a holding call since Jacksonville. So the Jacksonville game, this game, and who'd we play in between? Who'd we just play?
Oh, the Bears.
The Bears.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a holding call in 3 games. That's unbelievable. Micah Parsons hasn't had a holding call called for him. I saw it's like 40 quarters or something.
Yeah, and I've seen the pictures posted online about him where he's got 2 guys grabbing here and here.
Yes.
It's like,
so again, if anybody is watching this or we post a clip on Twitter and you're from another fan base, we're not saying that Myles Garrett is the only one getting held.
Absolutely not.
It's atrocious league wide.
It's bad.
Micah Parsons is one of the best pass rushers I ever watched in my life. How can he go almost 40 quarters, 10 games without having a holding call called in his favor? I'm pretty sure that's the number I saw. If I'm wrong, somebody can tell me, but that is insane.
It's criminal. I mean, it's different standards, different rules for different positions is what it is. Yes. Holding is clearly not holding against tackles or whatever when you get a elite pass rusher.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedawgspodcast.com.